Hello, friends. I am Dr. Barbie Wasson with Riverpoint Family Acupuncture, and this is Riverpoint's podcast where we get to the point on all things acupuncture, health, and vitality in this beautiful river valley. Today, we are talking about a diagnosis that a lot of women have heard and a lot of women feel confused or discouraged by. PCOS, or polycystic ovarian syndrome, and more specifically, why some experts are starting to think we've been naming it in a way that misses the bigger story. If you've ever been told you have PCOS and then found out that you don't actually have ovarian cysts, you are not alone. Many women with PCOS have normal appearing ovaries on ultrasound. For others, the main issues are weight that feels stuck, insulin resistance, acne, irregular cycles, or fertility challenges, and not necessarily big cysts sitting on their ovaries. That mismatch has led a lot of researchers and clinicians to ask a really important question. What if we name this after what's actually happening? In recent years, some have proposed shifting the name from polycystic ovarian syndrome to polymetabolic ovary syndrome, or PMOS. That new name is not officially adopted, but I do love the direction that it's going because it points to something crucial. PCOS has never been only an ovarian condition. It is a whole body condition. Yes, the ovaries are involved, but they're responding to signals coming from many other systems. Insulin and blood sugar regulation, inflammation, stress hormones, sleep, muscle mass, or lack thereof, nutrition, genetics, and even your circadian rhythm when you sleep, wake, and eat. And this matters because names shape how we think. When you hear ovarian syndrome, it's easy to go straight to something is wrong with my reproductive organs. And then you tend to focus only on cycle regularity and fertility. These tend to be the squeaky wheel in PCOS, but it's just one part of a much larger story. One of the strongest drivers we see for this condition is insulin resistance. Insulin is the hormone that helps move glucose out of the bloodstream and into your cells so that you can use it for energy. When your cells become less sensitive to insulin, your body compensates by making more. Higher insulin levels can stimulate the ovaries to produce more testosterone and other androgens, and that cascade contributes to a lot of familiar PCOS symptoms. Things like irregular or absent periods, acne that does not listen to your skincare routine, unwanted hair growth in places you did not sign up for, difficulty ovulating, weight gain, or stuck weight that feels unfair despite everything you're doing. This is where muscle steps into the story in a big way as well. Skeletal muscle is one of the largest sinks for glucose in the body. Healthy active muscle helps clear glucose from the bloodstream and improves insulin sensitivity because it doesn't always take insulin to put it in there. That's one reason resistance training has become one of the most powerful lifestyle tools for women with PCOS. You are not just getting toned, you're literally changing how your body handles insulin. Sleep and stress also matter, actually quite a bit. Poor sleep makes insulin resistance worse, and it disrupts your cortisol. Chronic stress affects your brain, adrenal glands, and reproductive hormones. Inflammation interferes with normal ovarian signaling, and gut health influences how you metabolize and clear hormones. The body is constantly communicating between systems. I feel like a broken record here, but it really is. And nothing ever is operating in isolation. So when we really understand PCOS as a whole body condition, the conversation changes. Instead of asking, how do I fix my ovaries? A more helpful question becomes, how do I support the entire environment my ovaries are trying to function in? That question opens a lot of doors. Building and protecting muscle, stabilizing blood sugar with how and when we eat, improving sleep quality and timing, managing stress in ways that your nervous system actually feels, addressing chronic inflammation, supporting gut health and digestion, nourishing your body instead of punishing it, and restoring healthier daily and monthly rhythms. These are not separate from hormonal health. They are hormonal health. From an acupuncture and Chinese medicine perspective, this whole body view feels very familiar. We've always seen symptoms in one area, say the ovaries or the skin, as a part of patterns involving the entire system. The goal is not to force ovulation or temporarily quiet symptoms. The goal is to understand the condition that allows the body to function well, and then steadily provide that condition to the body so that it can operate the way it was meant to. So, about that name change, it turns out that names matter and words have meaning. When we call something an ovarian problem, women naturally focus all their attention on the ovaries. When we recognize it as a metabolic condition that affects the ovaries, the story gets bigger. And, importantly, it gets more hopeful with better, more effective lifestyle and treatment options. A whole body problem invites a whole body solution. And your body has an incredible capacity to respond when we stop blaming one organ and start supporting the systems that have been struggling all along. If you're listening and you have PCOS or suspect you might, my invitation is this. Instead of asking, what's wrong with my ovaries? Try asking, what signals are my ovaries responding to, and how can I change those signals? That is where the real leverage lies. That is it for this week's River Points podcast. With wishes of wellness, I am Dr. Barbie Wasson, practitioner of root cause relief, reminding you that your diagnosis is not the end of the story. It's the starting point for a bigger whole body conversation.